Good morning, everyone. We're continuing our series through the book of Ezekiel. This time we're in chapter 28, verses 1 through 10. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, say to the prince of Tyre, thus says the Lord God, because you are haughty of heart, you say, a god am I. I occupy a godly throne in the heart of the sea, and yet you are a man and not a god. However, you may think yourself like a god. Oh yes, you are wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that is beyond you. By your wisdom and your intelligence, you have made riches for yourself. You have put gold and silver into your treasuries. By your great wisdom applied to your trading, you have heaped up your riches. Your heart has grown haughty from your riches. Therefore, says the Lord God, because you have thought yourself to be in the mind of a god, therefore I will bring against you foreigners, the most barbarous of nations. They shall draw their swords against your beauticious wisdom. They shall run them through your splendor apparel. They shall thrust you down to the pit, there to die, a bloody corpse in the heart of the sea. Will you then say, I'm a god? When you face your murderers? No, you are a man, not a god. Hand it over to those who will slay you. You shall die the death of an uncircumcised at the hands of foreigners. For I have spoken, says the Lord God. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Interesting words that Ezekiel has for Tyre. I find it fascinating because during those days, people thought of their gods as being localized. We have our God, and you can have whatever gods you want, but we have our own gods, and we're pretty comfortable with our gods, and you can have your own gods. But for Ezekiel, the God of all heaven and earth has a word to be spoken, even if you think your gods are better than anyone else's. And in this case, we have a sense of extreme pride on the part of Tyre. It was a great commercial center right there on the Mediterranean Sea, along the coastline of the Mediterranean up north from Israel, not quite up to Beirut, but it was a major center, a center of great wealth. In fact, some of the negotiations that were going on while Ezekiel is in Babylon, some of the folks in Jerusalem were trying to wheel and deal with Tyre, hoping that they could have protection against the possibility of the Babylonian army. When all is said and done, the Babylonian army will get Tyre and also Jerusalem. So this prophetic word that is given to Tyre is going to happen to it. Yes, Babylon will conquer it, and the great wealth that they had is going to be seen no more. They will be brought down low. They use themselves as if they were gods because they acquired such wealth and everything that they just assume themselves that they could flaunt it around as if they were the best. Yet there is going to be judgment on them. Sobering words to contemplate, especially during this time. Another thing that kind of caught my eye before I forget is that Ezekiel even mentions in here about Daniel. That kind of is fascinating. Apparently people knew about Daniel. Daniel was also in captivity up there in Babylon, and the wisdom that Daniel had apparently even made its way all the way to the coastline of Tyre about him, and he uses it, saying, you think you're wiser than even Daniel. It's an interesting little tidbit that's in there. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we'll get to see each other soon. Bye for now.